Hey you guys, it's me Gemstone at tarotforhealing.com. I hope you guys are doing really well. And I just want to tell people I'm not actually crying, it's just that my eyes are watering. So, um, yeah. And I don't have a cold, it's just the stuff, like I think it's been cooking and things and like stuff is just burning my eyes. So, but I'm still trying to get through this reading because I don't want it to, because if I don't do it today, I literally don't know when I'll be able to do it at this point. So, yes, let's get into your reading. So Capricorn, this is for the month of June. I'm going to be first using the plain cards and pulling 4 cards for you, and then I'm going to be using the tarot cards to get into the more specific areas of your life. So let's see what is showing up in your playing cards for you, Capricorn. You have the 3 of Diamonds with the 2 of Diamonds with the 8 of Clubs with the 5 of Diamonds. Loads of diamonds. So I feel like you're focusing on things that make you, because that's your element. Diamonds, pentacles, earth. So it's kind of saying that you're really rooted in things that you already connect with. So at least you're not out of your comfort zone this month. You're very much in your comfort zone, or focusing on what means a lot to you, which is that kind of things being stable, things being reliable, things being consistent, and money and physical possessions. And so what I kind of see for you is that I think that you're going to be using your gifts and your talents and your abilities, working towards making money, making some your talents profitable, or using those gifts that you have in order to create something that is going to be really beneficial for other people. So you may be really creative at this time and bringing your creations to life. And what I see for you is that you are trying to balance things. So maybe for some of you guys, you may be trying to balance maybe your career life with your talents and your gifts, or wanting to merge them together in some kind of way, or you may be trying to balance out your finances and your money. But there is something where you're trying to be really responsible in terms of your resources, and I feel like you're trying to use them wisely. It also could be saying that there might be a partnership that you may be getting into that is centered around finances as well, that could be beneficial at this time as well. Or maybe someone is supporting you in using your gifts and making them profitable. So yeah, moving on, I feel that you are going to have some really good news in that area of your life. And things may feel like they're moving really fast for you as well. And it, again, receiving good news, or receiving the go ahead or the red light for you to use these gifts and talents. And but maybe I feel like some there is some concern there, or there was some concern in the aspect of money, and that's why you're trying to be more sensible with your money. Or maybe it could be a case of, even though things are going well for you in terms of using your gifts, you may find that it takes a while for your gifts to actually financially pay off. So maybe the whatever the money you get, it may not be a huge amount of money, but again, it's a step in the right direction to show you, okay, that there is an interest, like people are interested in what you're able to do, or what you're able to offer, or what service you can offer people. So in that way, it's good. And I think that at this time, it's telling you that I think that you are really concerned about um having to pay bills, and having to make sure your money can go further for you, as well, especially if you've decided to be on a lower income, in order to pursue a dream or something like that too. um yeah, it's like you're kind of having to really budget really well. But I think at the same time, it's gonna lead you somewhere, like where you're going now. Um yeah, it's going to lead you to something that I think can have a good conclusion, or later on down the line could actually make more money for you. But it's just like right now, you're just kind of having to skimp a little bit and save a little bit and stash a bit more away. So let's get into your relationships, Capricorn. So relationships, no. Let me do it in the usual order. I'll do your finances first, then we'll do relationships. So let's go to your finances first, Capricorn. Your finance cards are the Three of Wands. Yeah, big dreams. I think you have big dreams, big aspirations. And then you have the Chariots, and this is the first time the Chariot has made an appearance so far in these readings. And then you have the World. And so, yes, that's why I'm telling you that your dreams, they're going to lead you somewhere. Even if you're not making a whole bunch of money now, like it's going to lead somewhere in the end, because what I see for you is that you're looking at what the possibilities are, like what you can do. And this is also the card of your ship coming in as well. So something is coming to you that is good, like something is affirming that, okay, you're in the right space, you're doing the right thing, you've chosen the right direction. And so in that sense, it's looking positive. Things are coming to you. But you know, in the process of things, yeah, you've had to go through challenges, there was bumps in the road, but the Chariot is saying that you're really headstrong, and you're really, you know, you know what direction you're going in, and you're ready to sort of be just propelled in that direction. And so it's the Chariot is about maintaining your composure and bringing even two separate things like together. Like you can see, you have the Sphinxes. They're different. And you know, it's almost like if you think of these sphinxes like moving, they'll be going in two different directions, but the charioteer has to kind of bring them together so that they can, you know, ride forward. Like he has to direct them. And so it's almost like you have that direction and you know where you want to go. And there might have been times where you were indecisive and you weren't really sure and stuff, but it's kind of saying that in the process of things, you're going in the direction you need to go. So everything is falling into place the way it's supposed to. And again, opportunities are like happening, things are opening up for you, something is being manifested and created at this time in your life. And I think that there's something that you can offer the world in a really grand way. So I feel like for some of you guys, projects may actually be coming to a close. But then I also feel for some of you guys, there's going to be projects and things that you can show people. And again, I feel like that people are going to be interested. And I also feel from looking at all three of these cards that I definitely get a strong feeling of travel and new locations and new places. Maybe showing people what you're doing, going to different countries, you know, talking about your interests, like whatever field you work in, it may be taking you abroad, and you're showing people, you know, your ideas or the things that you know, or giving them your know-how. So I think travel is a big part of your career right now as well, or it could be something that you can consider at this time. So yes, as I see. So, let's get into your relationships. So those of you that are in relationships, we're going to see what your cards have to say. Okay, for those of you that are in relationships, your cards are Nine of Cups with the Six. Why am I just saying things? With the Page of Wands. I'm sorry. Page of Wands with that's interesting that I said six before, because now the Six of Pentacles has come up. So I feel like the good things that I see in your cards, if you're in a relationship, is that I feel like your partner really supports you in the endeavors that you're doing. I think your partner is almost like your biggest fan when it comes to the work that you're doing, or maybe the dreams that you're trying to pursue and the things that you're trying to do. And it's almost like there is this wish that has come true for you. And I think it's almost like saying that with that wish, I think that your wishes and your partner's wishes have come together. Like there was some kind of common goal that both of you was trying to see happen or fulfill, and I feel like it's gonna be fulfilled in June. And because of that, it's creating this new stability or this new sense of coming together with you and your partner, where things are kind of becoming more solid or become they're like more established in your relationship. And it's because you know that you have your partner's back and your partner has your back, and they may actually be, investing even their own money into what you're doing as well, or like some ventures that you have. But I kind of feel that they, you're able to really rely on each other and bounce off each other, and maybe even in terms of ideas and things that you want to do. So yeah, I get a lot of love and support in those cards. And so for those of you that are single, you have the Three of Swords. Hold on. No, I'm holding the deck the wrong way, so we're not going to read that as a reversal. So that's right up. So that's this Three of Swords. With the Tower. Ooh, with the Ace of Swords. So what I'm seeing for you guys is yeah, there was definitely, these are definitely like breakup cards, but I don't think that if you're already in a relationship like what I described earlier, I don't see that that relationship is going to be breaking up. But I kind of feel like maybe some of you guys have had some recent breakups in the past. But then the thing is that is what is ending on is basically saying like whatever breakups you went through was for the best anyways. Like this is the heartbreak card. This is when you feel betrayed, you feel sad, relationships haven't worked out the way you wanted them to, and for a time you may be grieving the loss of that relationship and your heart may hurt you, but then you kind of, eventually things do get better. But then the Tower was saying that this relationship needed to be shaken up because something about it just wasn't right. Maybe things became stale and old, and the two of you just weren't prepared to keep on investing in this relationship. It also could be that there was some kind of sudden separation, like something suddenly came about, like maybe you wasn't even expecting that this person was going to break up with you. Maybe you thought you guys had this really firm foundation, and then all of a sudden, they just come out of the blue and just say, I don't want this relationship anymore, and you're just like, what? But then also it could be that there was this big argument that took place, this big disagreement, and then it turns out that things ended in either separation or whatever. But then I kind of feel like maybe even for some of you guys, if you've gone through any process like that, again, I kind of sense that maybe that was for the best. Maybe you also needed to talk about things and hash things out, because maybe something had to have been like exposed, or it had to happen, like this blow up had to happen in order for you to really come to light about, the person that you was dealing with. Or maybe they told you things that they had never said before. And so that kind of made you think, oh wow, like, that gave me something to think about kind of thing. But yeah, what I see here is that it just had to play itself out that way. But it's not an entirely like horrible thing. I feel like even this card could be also saying that if there was any kind of blowout arguments, it may also be mended as well. So like you guys might actually be able to talk it through and be able to come to like some kind of resolution where like things move from this kind of destructive kind of place to just, feeling a bit like, okay, now we're prepared to have a real discussion about this, not an argument, but we're now calmer, and now we can actually sit down and really discuss things properly. So yeah, and again, because those cards were for those of you that was like single, it also, I mean, maybe that experience you may not be going through with an actual partner. You may even be going through that with a friend or even a family member. So it may not necessarily be with a partner, because obviously those cards were for people that um don't have somebody in their life like right now at this time. So let's see what shows up in terms of your spiritual cards. Capricorn, your spiritual cards are You have the King of Cups with the Eight of Cups with the Judgment card. I feel like your spiritual cards are basically telling you that your intuition is going to be really guiding you towards something. It's like really pushing you towards what you have to head. No, let me say this in a better way. Your intuition is guiding you away from certain circumstances to push you into something where you need to be. So basically, if you get this feeling something isn't right, I don't like this space where I am, I don't like the way this is feeling, or I feel like emotionally I can't invest anymore into this situation, it's had its time. And like, if you feel anything like that, it's telling you that you have to go with how you feel. If it's the end of an experience, let it be the end. Like, let it go, because right now you have to really depend on how your emotions are making you, how what emotions are showing up for you, how are you feeling right now. Don't stay in something where emotionally you just feel like you're just over the situation. Move on from that predicament. And because something, the Judgment is like, you have to make a final choice, you have to make that final decision to live a different kind of life. Do what is emotionally fulfilling for you. If a project has, ended, if a relationship had ended from the past, if anything, whether it's with a family member, a friend, whatever else, you have to let that situation lie. Like, that's what the cards are saying. That's what your spiritual cards are saying. Because now is the time for something new. It's time for you to leave what is old, to beckon into something that is completely different. Like, this card provides a new lease of life. This is the rebirth card. So it's not even about new, it's about something being reborn. And so I think on a spiritual level, because these showed up as your spirit cards, you're being reborn. You're the one that, like, these people are coming up from the grave because the angel is beckoning them, the angel is calling them. So like, it's like the heavens are calling you, like the universe is calling you. Like, Capricorn, you have to answer the door because the universe is at the door, like, hello. Like, that kind of situation is going on for you. And because you're being reborn, you're experiencing your own awakening. It's saying that this awakening is making you leave certain things behind. So this could be leaving certain people, leaving certain places, leaving certain environments. You have to move on right now, and you have to let your intuition be your guide, because that is how the universe is communicating with you. So you have to pay attention. So peace and many blessings to you. I'll be seeing you. Bye.